Hello everybody, MaxMonty1516 here, back again with this year's birthday video. So I had to push this one back by a day just because I was so busy yesterday. But yep, yesterday was my birthday, and I am here to show you all my gifts. So without further ado, let's get started. I'm gonna start out with the biggest thing that I got, and that is the Percy and the Little Goat set. So this is a really fun set. I like this quite a lot. And so, yeah, I want to be really brief on this, and that's just because I am doing a big Sodor Story Collection retrospective video coming up pretty soon, hopefully in the next couple months, and this definitely helps me with that. So, we've got Percy here. He's got a circus car hauling the goat. He's got a green cargo car with some hay, and then you come over here, we got another Herald in the set, as well as his helipad. Percy can come around like so, and atop the mountain pieces here, and you can take the goat, and it will fall down. It'll fall down the mountain like that. Can't really get the best angle, but as you can see, yep. And then Percy comes on down, past this little animal park, or you could go over here to the grain and feed area and load the cargo car. Pretty cool. So yeah, I'm not really trying to be too in-depth on this just because I'm going to review this later on. But yeah, overall, really fun set, also pretty big. Came with a book as well, which is pretty nice. And yeah, that's pretty much it to start out. So let's go ahead and move on. By far, one of the coolest parts about getting this set was all of the extras that the seller included. And of course, we had the Percy and the Little Goat set, but we also had the matching accessory pack. So again, we got 3 cars here, 3 more circus cars, and they're pulling. We got one with the tiger, we've got one with the hippo, and we've got one with the gorilla in some pretty cool colors as well. And it's just awesome to have these. It's really cool that I'm getting more of this theme, more of the story collection. I'm trying to get more of that, like I said earlier. So this is a massive help. Really happy to have these as well. And they're pretty much great with the theming as well, gotta say. But that's not it for online exclusives, because we also have Tidmouth Toys Thomas. And this just came in a very small pack with a little exclusive book with it. Didn't get the book, I don't really care. But this is a really cool little item. It's called Really Useful Thomas, and he's got the little Tidmouth Toys banner, pretty much just kind of advertising whatever in the book. But yeah, very cool little variant of Thomas here. Not really super well known about as far as I know. I don't think many people got this. But yeah, I think it's cool to have, and again, just glad to have a new Thomas in the collection. And also, we've got not only a 2014, I think, or 2013 Wooden Railway Sir Topham hat, but we got a Sodor line caboose as well. And I assume these came from one of those little accessory packs that were sold on the site. I think you got one with these two, and then like some trees and signals. Didn't get those either, don't really care. But it is cool. I actually did not have this model of Topham before, so now I do, and that's pretty cool. I'm going to preface this by saying there is a lot of Wooden Railway this time around, and I'm very happy about that because I'm still trying to get more Wooden Railway and really just finish up that collection. I'm trying to get everything I really want by either the end of this year or like close to the beginning of next year. So without further ado, let's go ahead and look at some more stuff. So first off, we have the Talking Railway series Celebration Thomas and Spencer. And these are some also pretty unique items. And they're from this Hero of the Rails theme set around the Talking Railway series, obviously. And I didn't get the actual set, just the 2 engines, and I'm happy about that. Just didn't have these variants, and I really don't see many people talk about them, so it's cool to have. And I'll take a look at Thomas here. He's got some balloons, some banners, a Farewell Hero sign for like the end of the movie, and there's that. And then, again, just he's got the Talking Railway system. I actually don't really have much of these. I've got 3 engines before these 2. I got 3 engines, and none of the destinations, unfortunately, so I can't really show these off. But one day, hopefully I can get some of those. I can probably get like the Cranky or something and have those interact. But Spencer is definitely my favorite of the 2. Just because we never see like Spencer variants, I guess. There's really not that many. But he looks cool. I really like the balloons and such, the Farewell Hero thing on his cab as well. And it carries over to his tender. So yeah, I've never actually had Talking Railway series versions of either of these characters. I'm not even sure if there is a normal Spencer. Don't quote me on that, but like I don't ever remember seeing one. But I didn't have Thomas either, so these are pretty cool. And yeah, just great additions to the collection once again. Next up are 2 honestly pretty common items that I somehow just never got until now, but they are the 2004 models of Annie and Clarabelle. So I think these are pretty cool, and honestly probably my favorite Annie and Clarabelle models of the entire range. I just think they have the best mixture of detail and simplicity. I also really think they have the best faces. These are really nice. And they're just a bit more crisp and refined than the early 2000s, 90s versions. And they still have the white roof as well, which I prefer over the black one like the Mattel ones have. So yeah, this is kind of the perfect Annie and Clarabelle, at least for me. And really happy to have these two. They're so common. It bothered me for years that I never had them. And now I can finally fix that. And also, pretty sure I have every normal Annie and Clarabelle now. There's a couple variants I'm missing, but I'm pretty sure I have every different like year variation. So that's really cool to say. And yeah, overall, really happy to have these guys too. And speaking of different year variants I didn't have, here is the 2011 Tomy version of Henry. And I know like pretty much everybody hates the 2011 Tomy models. And honestly, that's pretty warranted. I don't really care for them either. But honestly, it's just fun to have. It's another variant I didn't have. And now I can just say I've got pretty much every Henry. I think I'm missing one or something like that. But either way, just another Henry model I didn't have. Cool to have now. And again, I just like being a completionist, I guess, having pretty much everything. And that just helps me with that goal. So I can't really complain. And gotta say, I like Henry quite a bit. So pivoting away from Wooden Railway for just a moment, here we have a Trackmaster model of Bert. And I somehow just did not have Bert. And I've had Airy for like the past 14 years ever since he came out. But finally, the two twins are together. And I've been using the knockoff models of Airy and Bert for like at least a decade at this point. So I'm really, really happy to have real ones. And Bert is the Fisher-Price 2010 one, and I've had this since it came out in 2010. So I've had that for almost a decade and a half at this point. But here is Bert finally, and he is the Hit Toys model as well, which is really nice. A little bit cooler. And overall, yeah, he still runs fantastically, honestly. He's very fast. He's a lot faster than Airy. But Bert still is in great condition. Really happy to have him. And he will appear in my series eventually. I don't know when. But I'm very much looking forward to replacing the knockoff models of these guys. So, yeah, there you go. There's Airy and Bert finally together. And also, we have a take-along oil tanker. And unfortunately, as you can see, it is broken a little bit on the top there, but it's fine. The liquid's not leaking or anything, thankfully. But yeah, apparently this came in a lot with the Henry we looked at a little bit ago. So, still cool to have. I did not have the oil tanker, which I'll still take it. I'll probably get another one eventually, just have a completed one that's not broken off in a bit. But honestly, still, just for now, really nice to have. It'll definitely do. I mean, it's really not too big of an issue for me, at least, especially because I don't really use my take-alongs often. But yeah, still, oil tanker's pretty cute, and I like to have it. So I've had to switch angles here, and that's because the rest of the stuff we're looking at is Wooden Railway destinations, and there are 5 of them, and all of which I am insanely excited to have, and I cannot wait to use these in the next massive layout, whenever that is. But there's some cool stuff here, so let's get started. And starting off with, honestly, probably my favorite thing this entire year, it is the Wooden Railway double wide old iron bridge. And this thing is beautiful. It's massive. I love it. I mean, I'll bring up Spencer here just for comparison. But yeah, this thing is very, very big. It's probably one of the biggest bridges in the entire Wooden Railway range. But yeah, this is so cool to see. And I love that clickety-clack feeling. This thing was only around for a few years back in the mid-90s. And it is a shame they discontinued it because I absolutely adore this thing. I love the color. I love that it's double tracked. I love just how large it is, how much of a statement it really makes. And yeah, this thing is just so cool. And I am very happy to finally have one of these. Again, I cannot wait to use this in sets and layouts and stuff. And it's just really, really awesome to have. But so, I could talk about this thing all day. But let's go ahead and move on to the next item. Next up is another one of my most wanted destinations, and it is the Abbey Repair Shop. So, a bit of a smaller one this time, especially compared to the last one, but still really fun. And it's got quite a few features as well. Obviously, the main one being that you can raise up the track here to show some engine maintenance, and I'll just gonna get closer in there. But yeah, this is a really cool piece as well. I like this a lot. You got a little ramp as well going up to the actual little platform or bay here. So, of course, when you're working on engines, you can also repaint them with a little paintbrush included, and you can also use a little oiling can right here. Unfortunately, it's jammed on mine. I'm going to have to fix that at some point, but usually you would press this down, and the little level of oil would go up or down based on when you pushed it. And also, you can change the color of paint on your engine, and I guess the shadow's kind of blocking it there, but you can't see it. It goes through, like, 4 or 5 different colors. That's really nice. And the little paintbrush here even has some blue paint on it. I don't know if that's just worn off paint or if that's intentional, but either way, mine has it. But yeah, Avi Repair Shop is super nice. I like this piece quite a bit, and it adds a lot to any layout, I think. So again, cannot wait to use this in upcoming builds. Next up is a really iconic one, and it is the Sodor Scrub and Shine. This is a destination that I've wanted ever since I was little. I was absolutely infatuated by it. I don't know why, but it's so cool. I love this thing. I love the colors. I love the shape. It's just such a visually appealing destination to me, and I have wanted it for years. I just kept putting it off. I don't know why. I was never that high of a priority despite wanting it so badly. It's weird to describe. But anyway, finally, here it is in my possession, and it did have the ramp beforehand. If you saw my train show video from a few months ago, I found this, and then this was a lot cheaper because it was missing the ramp. So it attaches in there. It actually stays in very well. I didn't think it would, but it does that. And of course, you can actually bring a vehicle in here. This is meant for cars and buses and stuff like that. I don't have any on hand at the moment. I'm in a different room, so I'm just going to use Percy here. Excuse the sacrilege, but Percy would go inside, and if you can see through the window there, he would be pushed through the rollers, and then down here in the little drying area, and you press the button, and he is free to go. So, unfortunately, mine does not work. Like, the batteries, I think, are corroded inside, so it's not going to work right away, at least. I'm not sure if I can fix that. Hopefully I can, but if not, not a huge deal, because I don't really use the lights and sounds that often anyway. It's got quite a few little bits and bobs here. It's got a little spinning, I think that's a dryer. Of course, you have the ramp that can move. It would have lights that turn on down here. And of course, this little area spins inside alongside the rollers as well, like that. Speaker would be here where the sounds come out, and it's got a little soap tanker on top. Just overall, a really well-designed destination, I think. And it looks nice. So there's a picture of the other side, and yeah, pretty cool to have. And I've gotten a lot of road destinations recently, so I really want to do something bigger with that, like make a huge road layout. That sounds really fun. So yeah, overall, really like this one. And moving on, the second to last item is another really common destination that I never had as a kid, and I'm very happy to have now. It is the useful engine shed. So this replaced the special engine shed. It's a lot bigger. It has more features. It's just overall really cool. I like this one quite a bit as well. So of course we have a little opening shed door as well as a little, this is like a little engine slider thingy. Pretty cool, I guess. But we also have a removable plastic clear roof. Very cool. It reminds me of both Jeremy's hangar and the work shed from the 90s. But yeah, there's that. And of course, another cool thing is what you can do. If you attach some track to it, you'll take an engine. I'll use Henry here from earlier. And if you put them inside, there's a little plastic clip that would push the engine out of the shed, like so. Pretty cool feature. I don't think it's super necessary, but still, I think it's fun to play with at least. So overall, really like this one. It's going to add a lot of world building, I think, to a layout. Where, I mean, more sheds are always needed as long as you get more engines. So again, I love the detail on this one as well. Just a really nice addition. And moving on, here is my final Thomas-related birthday gift. And yet again, another wooden railway destination that I've always wanted since childhood. But it is the Lighthouse Bridge, and I like this one a lot as well. So again, a couple features here. We have some spinning lights in the lighthouse. Unfortunately, once again, these batteries are corroded, so I can't fix it right away. I don't really have the means necessary, but I want to one day. But yeah, you got the little lighthouse here. There's like, I think that's the entrance to the lighthouse. And if you move it around, we have the little lever here that raises and lowers the drawbridge. So obviously this would be playing sounds right now thanks to this little red button. But again, doesn't quite work yet. Now normally this would have been sold with Bulstrode back in the day, or any boat can just go over the little water area in the middle and it'll go under the track like so. Very cool little destination. I love the addition of the lighthouse in the background. I think it really ties the whole thing together. And I also just really like the side detail as well. Once again, really fun piece. And of course, you can just like take an engine over it like so. Behaves like any normal bridge, really. But yeah, you can also just do some fun stuff with it. Like if you open the drawbridge, it's, you know, you can crash all your engines all you want. And I'm sure I would have done that so many, probably hundreds of times as a kid. But yeah, really happy to have this one. I always wanted it. I love drawbridges and such. So yeah, really nice to have this. But without further ado, that is everything that I got that's Thomas related that I wanted to show off. So thank you all so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day. And sorry about my voice, by the way. I'm just now realizing kind of how I sound. But I am getting over a sickness. I think I had like strep or some virus last week. but we're getting over that, so, you know, it's whatever. Anyway, once again, thank you all for watching. Have a great rest of your day. Max Monty 1516, signing out.